TMI Tag. Questions tag Yahoo and Tumblr. What? Right. Tag questions. So, guys, Steph Elton here again. I apologise, it has been a while since I've last updated. And the reason why I don't update so regularly is basically, you know, I record a video, it stays in the memory card, which stays on my camera for a long time, and then I just never get around to editing it. So I do apologise. But anyway, today I will be doing the TMI tag. If anybody doesn't know what TMI stands for, it literally stands for too much information. But I've seen many people do this sort of tag for, basically, it's not really sort of TMI. There's some things that make you think, yeah, none of your business, matey. But, so you just got to go for it. So let's go for it. Question number 1. Have you ever been in love? Well, yeah, many times, and of course I've always had that sort of thought that, you know, maybe that person I'm dating, maybe they could be the one, but they never turn out to be the one. I mean, with my last boyfriend I thought he was the one, and then turned out he wasn't. Number 2, have you ever had a terrible breakup? No, I've never had a breakup where it's been, you know, they say I don't love you anymore and I'm like, no, please stay, and you know, I'm sort of hanging on to that ankle like, please stay with me, you know. Never been like that. It's been most of the time I break up with them, or it's been very mutual, you know, if you know what I mean. Anyway, question number 3, what are you wearing? I am wearing at the moment a white top from Peacocks. I'm wearing a, you can't exactly see it, if I just grab the camera quickly, just show you, I am wearing a, not done very well, I am wearing a play suit, and as you can see, not very well, the play suit sort of mixture, got to see in the crotch for a short time. Well, if you're into that sort of thing, give this video a thumbs up. So yeah, this is really just the camera. So, oh, and also I'm wearing these from Store 21, little dolly shoes, which are new by the way, which they're on the bed and they're not on the table, so don't worry, Grandma. You know, I think I almost put them on the table and Mum was like, don't put them on the table, you know, because Grandma would be turning in her grave or turning in her pot, so I'd say. Question number 4, how tall are you? Technically I'm more closer to 5'7", but I went to go, well, it was ages, like about a year or so ago, I went to the doctors and they measured me and it said about 5'7". And so then last June I went to the doctors and they measured me again and I'm now 5'6.8", so I shrunk by 0.4 of an inch. Sucks. Question number 5. How much do you weigh? Well, just look at me. You don't even need to know. Look at this. Look at these bits. You don't need to know. Let's just say hundreds of pounds and none of your fucking business. Question number 6. Any tattoos? I originally wanted a tattoo that was like my ex-boyfriend's, which was a crescent moon, and it had yin and yang in on his right arm, and I always wanted it on my left arm, sort of mirrored, so that when we stood side by side they'd be like mirroring each other, like so romantic. But now I don't want it anymore. I want something else. You know, I've often thought about maybe getting like the puzzle shape, like here, maybe getting something like the rainbow flag or the bisexual flag, something like that. Even though I'm not really confirmed bisexual yet, I'm still sort of bi-curious, but heck, whatever. What may happen will happen. Question number 7. Any piercings? Yes. As you can see if I go closer to the camera, I have piercing on each ear. I had those done on my 10th birthday back in 2003, so basically I've had these, so I know when I've had them done to the day. So when I had my birthday next month, I would have had them done 12 years to the day. Number 8, OTP, also known as one true pairing. So many out there. I mean, I think you, like, I'm not sure if this counts, but I've got like my romantic ones and non-romantic. I mean, my non-romantic ones would be Alan Davies and Bill Bailey. Those two, when they get on QI together, especially when they're on the same team, I mean, Alan really comes out of his shell, I notice, when Bill Bailey's on the show, especially if he's on the same team as him. He really just comes out of his shell. But I noticed that with the last few series, he's really come out of his shell. But like with it, he's basically, when he's with Bill Bailey, all havoc breaks loose, and it's just brilliant to watch. But I think my other sort of romantic pairings would be people like Kaylin and Lucy. I mean, they are just, you know, the right couple for each other, and they are a true a good example of opposites attract, because before they met on Tumblr, they said that they were very different personalities, and if they lived in the same place, it would have been a case where they wouldn't have got on very well. But the fact that they managed to find ways around it, and also despite being very opposite people, they, you know, they're just like that, you know. They are just so perfect for each other. And I mean, you can't have Team Lucelyn without a Kaylin or a Lucy. And I do have my Team Lucelyn top in the wardrobe. Also, yeah, I guess you could call them I mean, just all my favourite YouTube couples out there, I think, would be like one true pairings, like Rose and Rosie and Katie and Ailish, that sort of thing. I think that, you know, they have ways that are very different about each other, but they just so match. And when you watch the videos, and it's hard to sort of imagine one without the other. So it'd be very hard to imagine a Rose without a Rosie and a Katie without an Ailish. You know, it just wouldn't be right. You know, the world would be unbalanced. Question number 9. Favourite show? I guess this is probably talking about favourite TV show. I have favourite TV shows, even though I don't really watch television much. Only if I do, it's my VHSs, and most of the time I'm on YouTube watching YouTube couples. But if I do watch anything on TV, it's QI, I love QI, Mock the Week, I'm a big fan of that. I quite like Strictly Come Dancing. That's a one where that's a big sort of family one where we all sit together and sort of watch it weekly. But there's 2 programs that I really enjoy, actually what I would call my sort of triangle of guilty pleasures from Channel 4. Well, one of them I don't watch so much now, and that was originally One Born Every Minute. I used to watch that quite religiously, but I don't do it so much now. But my 2 other favourites that I will watch on YouTube are 24 Hours in A&E and Gogglebox. I mean, I love Gogglebox. I mean, it's a really silly format, but it works so well, and it's so totally British to come up with this idea. Where basically, if you don't know what it is, it's you watch people watching telly. So you're watching a TV programme about people watching TV programmes, which you think, you know, you put it forward and you think, wait, that sounds stupid. Who would come up with an idea like that, you know? And yet it's a simple format. And my favourite couples have got to be Sandy and Sandra. I mean, they're really funny at times. And I really like Stephen and Christopher. They are just brilliant, you know. I guess I do have a bit of a guilty pleasure for Steph and Tom, you know, the posh couple, but I quite like all of them, and I like June and Leon from Liverpool. They're quite funny as well, you know. And often I always look at the takeaways and the food that they're eating whilst I'm watching TV and thinking, oh, if only I can have some of that, you know. So yeah, I quite enjoy that. So also other shows, probably. Actually, there's one show that I've quite enjoyed, but I really, really, really need to catch up with. I'm still on series 1 of this, and that is Orange is the New Black. I finally got on the bandwagon with that. Yeah, well, you know, the whole fashion of jumping onto the bandwagon when it's left. I just really like it. I really can sympathise with Piper Chapman. The fact that how the whole prison system works, it's like, it's such an unfair logic, and yet my mind thinks that way. It's like my mind thinks it's this ridiculously unfair logic, and so I can understand what Piper Chapman's going through. And also she's quite hot, and also the fact that she may be bi. as well, or the fact she's trying to deny this side to her, and I guess I can understand that as well. And plus she's quite hot, and I mean there's quite a few hotties in there. I just, you know, but I can't decide who I fancy more, Piper Chapman or the, well, I can't remember the character's name, the one that she dated when she got arrested, that one, because they're both quite hot, you know, but, you know, might as well fancy both of them, you know, if I can't make my mind up. Question number 10, favourite bands. So many out there. I quite like different bands for different reasons. I like the Beatles because they're a classic band. I mean, you know, I quite enjoy the Venga Boys for just nostalgia, that kind of thing. I'm trying to think what else there is. It's really hard because I mostly like solo artists and stuff. But oh, Busted. I really like Busted. I guess sort of got back to them like a couple of years ago because they are just so nostalgic. But actually, when you listen to some of their songs on their albums, they're actually really depressing, but you never realise it. As a kid, because you're just like, you're singing songs like Who's David and Sleeping with the Light On, and you're just sort of singing along, driving along, and just, you don't realise how depressing they are until you look back at them now and you think, God, I'm amazed I'm not an emo right now, you know. But that sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's really hard to sort of name all my favourite artists and bands because there's just so many out there, because I quite like a collection of stuff, you know, and sometimes I like new stuff, most of the time I like old stuff and that kind of thing. But there's some bands that I really like I like Bay City Rollers, Shang-a-Lang, that's a cool song, you know. And there's just so many out there that I really like, you know, so it's so many to sort of name. Number 11, something you miss. I miss being a child, really. I mean, at times, I remember when I was about 8, you know, wanting to be an adult and having a job and that kind of thing, but now I am sort of at that age where, you know, I am liable to get a job and that sort of thing. And it's like now I want to be a kid again, you know, I just want to hide away with a bowl of cereal and watch cartoons, you know, and just have a tea party with my toys, you know, it's that sort of thing, you know, it's just, well, it's just that sort of thing. But also I sort of miss going to certain places. I miss going to Go Bananas in Colchester, I miss the village experience in Norfolk, I miss lots of places. I miss Cheeky Chimps at Freeport, I so miss them, you know. I remember being there because they were in one place behind Starbucks originally, and then they moved to somewhere else. I can't remember. But yeah, fun times in there, you know, with at a birthday party and that sort of thing. You know, I think that was like the go-to place for your birthday party, and I remember having my 8th birthday party there and that sort of thing. So and there's some people I miss as well in my life. I miss my grandparents. You know, I think, you know, the fact they would be so proud of me no matter what, and that sort of thing. And I miss, I guess I just miss the simple times, you know, because when you think about it, like the time of 2015, life's so complicated and you can't think or say or do anything without someone coming down on you like a ton of bricks, and you know, that sort of thing. And also back then there were so many simple ideas that you could have done that you wouldn't be able to do now. Like there was something the other day, I really can't remember. I cannot remember what it was. I think it was something I was watching on my VHSs or on YouTube or something. And I thought to myself, you won't be able to do that now, you know, because of what people would think. And I think that what comes with growing up is that your mind just matures, and so you start looking into every single little detail, which back then you wouldn't have given, or even your parents wouldn't have given 2 tosses about. When now you look back and think, you can broadcast that now, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, there's so much I do sort of miss, but there are certain things that I enjoy as an adult. You know, driving, drinking alcohol, that kind of thing. You know, so many other things that comes with being an adult. Question number Well, favourite song. So many out there that I really like. I like Whistle Down the Wind because it's just a beautiful song. I like True Love Ways by Buddy Holly. That's quite a sweet song. Actually, I would name that as one of my favourite Buddy Holly songs. Because before I would have said That Would Be the Day or Rave On, but definitely now it's True Love Ways. I'm trying to think what other songs I like. There's so many out there. So many, like, it depends what sort of song you want. Disney song or romantic song. Well, there's one song I will mention that it's not, I don't think it's supposed to be a romantic song or a love song, but as soon as I hear the intro to it, I just suddenly get in that kind of romantic mood, and that's Spandau Ballet's True. And that's my favourite Spandau Ballet song. Because I don't know why, I think it's probably because you play it sort of as a slow dance song at a disco, or the fact that I've had it in the past for dim lights, you know, that sort of thing, you know. And it gets me in that sort of, you know, romantic mood, that sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many songs out there to name. I mean, so many musical songs. I got a whole load of favourite songs to sort of mention, but if I would try and go into detail about them all, this would just go on forever. Number 13. How old are you? At this current moment when I'm filming this video, I am 21 years old, and as it is, today is the 12th of June whilst I'm filming this, depends whereabouts this video goes out, next month I will be 22 years old, so I will be the same age as that Taylor Swift song, so yeah, so you know, so next month I'll be 22. Right, question number 14, zodiac sign. Born in July, so I am Cancer, so I'm the crab. Well, my birthday is 17th of July, so my zodiac sign is the crab. Sorry, I'm just crunching my nails. Question number 15, qualities you look for in a partner. I mean, I've got to that point now in my life where I'm sort of like curious, so it could be a guy, it could be a girl, don't know. I just want someone who is kind, polite, caring, funny, someone who wants to have a good time, romance, but even if you can't do romance, you know, even if your best attempt will be cuddled up on the sofa under a blanket watching a film, I'm happy with that. And I want someone who will love me and be able to support me when I go wobbly at times, because I am an emotional person. I want someone to be able to embrace that, you know, and that sort of thing, and just be able to support me through the tough times, you know. And I want someone who wants to be committed to me, yeah, and that sort of thing. Also, I just look for someone, you know, I really don't care like if they're kind of same age as me, slightly older than me, you know. I mean, the max I've dated is 11 years. You know, my last boyfriend was 11 years older than me, so it doesn't matter. Age is just a number. I mean, you know. And I just want to find someone who, well, just someone who has a heart of gold, a pulse, and just someone who wants a good, you know, someone who just wants a companion for good times, you know. And it really doesn't matter, you know what, I don't care if you've got a cock, a fanny, whatever. As long as you've got a pulse. As long as it's legal and you're human, so, you know. Question number 16, favourite quote. Quite a few out there. My favourite quote from Oscar Wilde has got to be, "We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking up at the stars." Because that was the first quote I actually knew what he was going on about. I didn't need it explained for me. It pretty much means that we are all sort of useless, crappy people. We can't do a thing for ourselves, and we all look at the glass being half empty. But there are some people out there who believe they can do more than what they are assumed to do, and they can, you know, they give it their 110%, you know, and they really sort of, you know, they look at life as the glass being half full, and they look up and think I can do it instead of I can't do it. So we are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking up at the stars. Another one of my favourite quotes is actually from Winnie the Pooh, the Winnie the Pooh quote, and it's basically between Pooh and Piglet, and Piglet asks Pooh, how do you spell love? And Pooh says, you don't spell love, you feel it. Which is totally true, actually. You know. Another one of my favourite quotes has got to be another Oscar Wilde one. Experience is the name that we give our mistakes, which is totally true in a way. You do learn from your mistakes, and so if you can use that experience, then so be it. Also, another one of my favourite quotes, which is a Dr. Seuss quote. Dr. Seuss of the Cat in the Hat fame, Green Eggs and Ham, that sort of thing. Basically, his quote is, why try and fit in when you were born to stand out? Question number 17, favourite actor. Does it have to be actor, actress, whatever? Well, my favourite actor has got to be Stephen Fry. He's the knight in shining armour, and yes, I know he's gay, and yes, I know he's married. Double whammy now, you know. My favourite actress? I'm not quite sure, really. Because like I said, most of the time I watch YouTube couples and that sort of thing. I can't think of any at the moment from the top of my head. I mean, there's so many out there that are just so good. So yeah. Question number 18, favourite colour? Blue and purple. Question number 19, loud music or soft music? Well, it really depends what time of day. If it's like daytime, I really like loud music, you know. I am one of those typical young people, the louder the better, you know, because when it's loud you can feel the music, really feel it. You can feel it, man. But when it's night time, and especially when I'm going to sleep, I really like soft music. So like, and I really have kind of, you know, a guilty pleasure for those relaxation CDs, you know, like that music that you hear in like a spa when you're having a massage or that kind of thing, a treatment. I really like those, and I've got 2 albums of those. And like that sort of spiritualist music that you hear in spiritualist shops, you know, that sort of thing, pagan shops. I really like that. So I really like that at night time, and sometimes, or you know, night time or really early morning, like if I'm off on holiday and we have to get up really early in the morning, you know, or if I'm, you know, wanting to have a nap, or if I just need some time to just unwind and relax, I will go to the reader. I would go to soft music. Question number 20, where do you go when you're sad? Well, preferably I try and go to someone's arms, but in the last few years that's been quite hard at times to go to someone's arms, because most of the time I go to my mum's arms, but most of the time it's been quite hard to do that. So, well, when I'm sad or if I'm in a sort of low mood, I go to YouTube, and I always go to, say, like watch QI or Tom and Jerry or cartoony, something bright and colourful and happy, you know, that sort of thing, and that cheers me up. So sometimes I go to the wine bottle occasionally, sometimes I'll go for a cup of tea, or you know, go for a snack or that kind of thing, or I'll just go to my room and just, or sometimes what I like to do is that when I was sort of younger, I never liked, you know, when people say, come on, cheer up, you know, because that just, you know, when you're really in that depressing mood and someone turns around and says, oh, come on, cheer up, like, give us a little smile, you just want to absolutely wring their neck, because you just want to wallow in your self-pity. And so, even though it doesn't really work at times, but I do, I just enjoy it. I'm just like, I just want the world to go away, and I just want to be cranky and depressed, you know. And I remember at school, like some of the students, like in my last year, if some of the students be like, oh, life's wonderful and great and everything, and I used to think to myself, if you come over here with your optimistic attitude, do not blame me if you end up with a broken neck. So, you know, that sort of thing. So most of the time, if I want to wallow in self-pity, I would do that. I would do it by myself. Or if I want to cheer myself up somehow, I will turn to YouTube or food or drink, soft or alcoholic, that sort of thing. Or I will try and go to someone's arms if need be. Question number 21. How long does it take you to shower? Well, this can take me anything from a quick shower could be anything from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. A long shower could be anything from 10 minutes to say 20 minutes, you know. Question number 22. Question number 22. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? It really depends. It depends if it's a type of morning where I have to be at the house by a certain time. Because if it was like a college morning or work morning, it would be a case of I could be at, I could be up and ready and about and at the house in 2 hours, maybe an hour. It depends if I need to do makeup or whatever. So if I do need to do makeup or if I need a shower in the morning, it'll be about 2 hours. If I don't, it'll be an hour. I could be, because I remember for college, Mum used to wake me up at 7:30. I'd be fed and dressed, got everything together, and out the door by 8:30. Or be down in college for about 8:35. Excuse me, my leg's going dead. So that's how. But if it's like a lazy morning like it was today, I could just wake up late, and it could take me anything from about 2 to 3 hours, even 4 hours, just for me to, or anything from 2 hours to 3 hours, just to know what I'm doing. To be up and dressed and fed and that sort of thing. If I don't have to be anyway. So yeah. Question number 23. Ever been in a physical fight? Well, in my head I've been in physical fights with people, but I've never been one of those sort of people to get in physical fights, that kind of thing. I've always been a kind of pink and fluffy sort of gentle person, I mean, I might have threatened someone physically when they made a joke with my arm hair when I was 16. That was not nice, but luckily I didn't go to hit them and that kind of thing. But in my head I've often thought if anybody said anything mean about like my sister or me or whatever, it would be a case of I'll pin you up, or I think I'm one of those people that you would really have to push my buttons, like really, 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 really go for it. Because even if I'm really pissed off, I don't get violent whatsoever, I get sarcastic, that kind of thing, But, that sort of thing. So yeah, I've never been in a physical fight. In my head, I've had fantasies where I'm in a physical fight, but I've never been in a physical fight. Okay, question number 24, turn on. I guess someone who's like really polite and will go the extra mile, so someone who will open a door for, like I say, it doesn't matter, man or woman, someone who will open a door for you, someone who will just be that sort of gentleman, if you know what I mean, just really polite, sort of, and romantic and spoil me and make me feel special. Question number 25, turn off. Turn off for me would be someone who's like, someone who's just like, oh, I'm so fantastic, and did you hear what I've been up to? Well, I've been up to this, and just someone who's got their head up their own arse, so far up their arse they're in their stomach. The heads actually can see what they're actually eating, thing. And just someone who's just vulgar and rude and just, just want to disregard you as a sort of sex object, Question number 26. The reason I joined YouTube. The reason I joined YouTube originally was to showcase my acting talent when I left college and be able to use that so that people could see my acting talent if I went for or could see my acting work, and like for auditions I'll be like, check out my YouTube channel. But several blogs and several tag videos and the nostalgia review later, it's turned into a normal YouTube channel. So question number 27, fears. Now, is this same as phobias? So I'll mention, okay, so I'll mention my phobias first. Spiders, heights. I do have a fear of dogs, but it's not like massive, but it does. I guess it can count as phobia, because if I know that I have to be in contact with a dog, it does cause me anxiety. Or if I see one, especially if it's one of those sort of what they call a dangerous breed, it's like, you know, start panicking and think, right, okay, action plans, that sort of thing. So, you know, my fears, I think, would be different than phobias. My fears are being cheated on. Fear also is that I'll be taken advantage of. Fiddling with the camera as usual. So yeah, so those are sort of my fears. Did I mention the fear about being taken advantage of? I think I did. You know, this is really professional stuff. Adjusting your camera whilst in the middle of filming. Very professional indeed. Question number 28. Last thing that made you cry. Well, to tell you the truth, I went to have a tarot reading. Tarot as in marrow, not tarot as in carrot. You know, where they pull out all the cards and stuff. And I had it with this woman who also was a medium, and she managed to get in contact with literally all 4 of my grandparents. And as soon as she got in contact with my granddad, which was my grandpa with my mum's dad, I started crying because I knew about certain things about him and how he was, and he said that he was sorry and everything like that. And yeah, and literally through the whole way I just cried and just, you know, I mean, it could be possible that it's a thing where, you know, you have it done. Well, it could be true, the whole thing of mediums, it could be false, but the fact is, he sort of thinks afterwards, well, there was something she knew about me that I think I told someone else, so she might overheard. But then there were certain things she just sort of got from me, and I thought, wow, this is brilliant. So I mean, you know, I was open to it because I thought it's an experience. So, and literally, as she got in contact with my granddad and how he said he was sorry, I was just like, blubbing my eyes out. So yeah, that was the last thing that made me cry. The last time you said you loved someone, it was to my mum and my sister saying how much I loved them, and you know, the fact that they were willing to support me if I came out as bi, which is really nice to know. Basically, it's great to know that they would be there no matter what, you know, what happens. So, question number 30. The meaning behind your YouTube name. Steph Felton, which is literally my stage name, or the name that I prefer to be called by. And I played about with the thought of changing it, but then again, it really depends if, like, I do pull up my acting showcase on there. So you know, and some people have called themselves by their first name and put like a space in the middle. So I might as well keep it that way. Okay. Number 31. The last book you read. Yeah, the last book I read before I sort of, without going off track so much, that sort of thing, was well, it's not so much a book, it's more of a play. Basically, it's called Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead by Tom Stoppard. And it's a case where it's basically, if you know The Lion King, and you've got the third film, The Lion King 3, Hakuna Matata. Basically, that is the story of the first film, but told through the eyes of Timon and Pumbaa. Well, basically, that's what Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead is. It's the story of Hamlet told through the eyes of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, his, you know, wingmen. And it's along the lines of the Theatre of Absurd. And I did it as a project for the college last year, and I really enjoyed it. And so I decided to read the whole thing. So I asked for the book for my birthday, and so I got it. And I managed to complete it quite quickly. Number 32, the book you are currently reading. Well, technically it's a handbook, and it's the handbook for the level 2 teaching support course I am doing so far with ICS, and I've just been dipping in and out of that book at times. And it is a good book to read, sort of, you know, it explains things very well at the moment, you know. Even though I haven't gone through much of the book, but what I've gone through so far, it explains it really well. So yeah. Right, the last show you number 33, the last show you watched. The last show I watched was on YouTube and it was Bingo. Was it? Yeah. Something like that. No? I was a clip of Tom and Jerry, so but I think the last show I watched was possibly this morning, and I think it was a couple of episodes of Bingo, so yeah, that's before I went out this morning. Number 34, the last person I spoke to. The last person I spoke to was my mother, my dear mama, before I disappeared off into my room. I need my phone for the next question, which is number 35. Number 35. The last person, the relationship between you and the last person you. Let's read that again. Number 35. The relationship between you and the person you last texted. Well, I've just gone into that, and the last person I texted was Liz, my sister. So Liz, who is my sister, and it was yesterday when I was sat in Costa in the Odeon at Colchester, saying meet me in there when you're done. She was like okay, and she texted me to say she was on her way. So yeah. Number 36, favourite food. Chinese food, especially if it's Wagamama's or Yo Sushi. I mean, I haven't gone to Yo Sushi as much, but yeah, I've tried Yo Sushi and it's quite nice. Even though I don't like sushi, but there are other bits. But I love Wagamama's. I so want them to bring a Wagamama's to Braintree, or at least put one in Colchester or Chelmsford or somewhere nearby, you know. Because basically, the nearest one for me is Thurrock. It's Lakeside Thurrock, you know, so it's like an hour or so away. So yeah. Number 37, places you want to visit. Oh, there's so many. There's a couple of places in the British Isles I'd like to go to. I want to go to Scotland and do a proper holiday, because we only did like a sort of day trip to Scotland. I want to go to Ireland. I want to go and see Ireland to say I've done the whole of the British Isles, you know. Trying to think what else there is. I want to go, there's so many countries out there. I want to go to, yeah, I want to go to like Australia, America, Germany. I want to go to France again, go and properly do France. I want to go to Spain, but I want to sort of avoid places like Ibiza, you know, where all the tourists go. I just want to be left on the beach alone. I want to go to Italy again. I want to go to, where else? Possibly, yeah. Something out there that I'd love to go and do. I mean, there are certain states in like America I want to go and do, like New York. I want to go and do. Yes, I want to do New York. I want to do, what else? Chicago. I want to do Florida, California. What else I want to do? I want to do Las Vegas as well. I'd possibly like to do Hawaii, actually. Thinking about it, I'd like to go to Hawaii. Maybe when Wagon next go, I'll stow away in their bag. So yeah. 38. The last place you were. The last place. Number 38. The last place you were. The last place I was in Costa Coffee in Braintree. Right. Do you have a crush? Yes. Stephen Fry, Sue Perkins, Joe Brand. A couple of people